This is a project in Brussels that I did at the same moment. At the same moment, I have a Belgian client. He bought 4 hôtels particuliers in the best location, and he wants to do big shops and big malls. And here he said to me, Edouard, you have to put the windows here. You have to do the windows. And he said, for all the windows, he said, because I want to sell the shop to Louis Vuitton. And Louis Vuitton, with the little Chinese, they cannot see the bag. The bag is here. So he said, you have to put the windows down here. So it was a serial murder to do that, all that. I have to destroy all the windows, here, this window, this window, this window, this window, this window, this window, this window. And this was my commission, Sometimes architecture is like a serial killer. We have to kill the monument. These monuments are historical monuments. And so I did a sort of escape way. I proposed to do a tower, a green tower, that is something that is so strong that nobody will see what I do with the window. So when I will ask authorization, everybody will focus on that, and the window will be a little problematic. And so here, the project here have very big hills. I was dealing with here you have the Park of Edmond, and the park is returning here, and here you have very big windows. And this is the way the project is, very big hills, and you have light in between. This is now BMW, the cars that have the main shop inside. And the windows, I make big holes. And so this is the same, but on an historical monument. Yeah? So muré, that means you return with stones here, and you make a big hole. So it was a little scandal, and I realized it. Look, this is stone, and this is the new window. And it's impossible to understand how it's built, because, the main charge are here, and the charge has to return here. So I had to make a very big concrete wall behind, and then we have to make the hole with a laser cutting, and it's really very big window. And so my client likes very much the building, and now it's a Louis Vuitton, I think, shop. This is a building I finished in Paris when I did the Fouquet's. I had all this big block to do, and it's a sort of village in Paris, and inside this village, you have little streets that are 2 meters, and I didn't want to destroy what exists on the street, so I put all the density inside. So I did a sort of big building in green and housing everywhere. So this is the way it's been made. You have pieces of timber, and nature is gonna grow on it. These are the first perspective. Everything, the staircase are outside because you're in sort of village, so you have to find a typology of the village. This is the model here. This is very undetailed details, very simple, and the plants are going to grow on it. This is the building with the realization, and the plants are growing now on it, so it's going to be totally green. This is an old building here that I maintain here, so it's going to be in a block. This is the street. On the street, I did the smallest building that has never been built in Paris since, I think, 50 years. It's a glass box. This is the glass box. These are existing buildings, and this is for mail. And here you will have banana plants everywhere, and so you come to search your mail in a banana glass box. This is the model, how it will be with a staircase, and this is how it is in realization. I did a vegetal strategy. I put all the money in the soil here. So the soil is in an unbelievable quality. It is more than 1 meter of organic Demeter soil. So it's the highest quality that it's possible. And I just put plants that won't come with wind. So here I put glycine, and I bought glycine. All the plants I bought is only €1. So they are big like that, but the highest quality. And at the inauguration, there was no plant, only ground like that. And the name of the project is Eden Bio. That means it's a paradise, beautiness of organic. And for all the politicians, they said here is the paradise of nature with the greenery everywhere, but there was no plants, nothing. And now it's growing very quick. The plants are arriving at this level because you have to know that if you put a plant with a bad soil, the plant won't grow anymore. It will stop. And normally you have to put €1 in a plant, €1 in the soil, but I put €2 in the soil and nothing on the plant, so it's a green strategy. These are details, so I offer to the habitant pots, and so and it is lighted in green by night, and these are the staircase. Now, actually, 3 years after inauguration, it's quite all green, this area, and you have a lot of plants that arrive with wind, and so it's a sort of it looks like a totally free vegetation, a wild and free vegetation. So the way to design the green areas is made only by random and free seeds. I just made an experimentation. I just create trees for this operation. So these are organic trees that are linked together, and on it you have 10 different types of organic apple. So here they are linked together, and here you have 10 types of apples. So it's like Adam et Ève in Eden Bio Paradise. And I developed new tabs for these buildings. Here it's, when you turn, it's cold and hot water after, and this is a Brita here. So Brita and non-Brita, so it's, you have the best quality of water. This is a big commission I have in Honfleur, to go it quickly. It's a commercial mall. It's very, very big, and so it's the ground. It's a sort of the ground that goes up and cracks, and in the middle of the cracks you have all the shops. Here you have all the shops here. And I copy 3 monuments of the city of Honfleur that are exactly the same that I repeat. And so it makes a sort of, when you are in shopping, here you have a monument, plaza, here another monument, plaza, etc. You have all the typology of a medieval street, and this is all in nature with a very, very soft visibility. Here, this is the crack here, and this is all in nature, and you have the parking here. It's a big parking, and the head of the parking goes in the crack. It is 20,000 meters square. It's an outlet, so it's in building actually, and it is a landscape. Arriving to this site, it looks like a very, very big piece of landscape. I like very much this picture because everything looks quite natural, and it's in the entrance of Honfleur. Honfleur is an historical city, and what is important when you arrive to this historical city, not to disturb the suburb of Honfleur and try to do something with a very low visibility. This is to finish the project in Senegal, to go quickly. I have to develop that on 100 hectares. This is 2 kilometers. You have a lagoon here, very beautiful, with the sea. It is for Club Med. You had an existing club here, so I maintain something, I demolish others. And I have the strategy for the rooms here. This is, sorry, the main building here. It is a snake on the lagoon. It's exactly a snake. It's made with oak. No, not oak, la paille. I don't know what la paille is. Straw. It's made with straw by African guys. It's easy to do. This is the main shape. I just have to give them my shoe to say you have to do the building like my shoe. You know, this are pixels here. You have black pixels and white pixels, so it's very easy to copy. You arrive with a shoe and you say the building is like that. This is the different, here you have suites. And the suites, to be sure that you have the view, here you have flowers, and the flowers goes until the beach, so you are sure that you have the view from your suite. Because if you don't do that, probably he will say, I don't have a view, but with these flowers, they are sure they have a view. You just have to look at the flowers where they go. This is the ring here. I put peanuts here. This is the way they are made here. It's peanuts. By night it's lighted. So they are 3 by 3. It's a suite, you know, bed, here the living room, here bedroom, etc. Here after you have other kind of suites. It's floating peanuts. So you have the floating peanuts here. On the lagoon. This is the master plan. You have only one peanut that is with 4, you know, bubbles. Because in Senegal, when you find one that is 4, you have Glock chains. So there's only one with 4, and so if you have that, you are the Glocky guy and you have champagne every day. I did prototypes, so this is a geodesic system here. We did that, this prototype is in Brazil, because in Africa you don't have a forest seaward silicon seal wood. You have that in Brazil, and I want to build that with certified wood. This is the way it will made. This is panels. It will arrive by shipping, and then the African guys, they will build it. And you have an envelope that is going to cover everything. This is not the detail. It will be made with wild branches. This is inside, so you have a 360 degrees view of the canopy. This is other views. And the decoration, I'm working with recycled materials. This, for example, is made with recycled wheels of bicycles. And I'm working with African persons that are incredibly creative in terms of recycling. Just a last project, and I will finish. It's in a very boring area near Paris. And here you have big bars, here you have towers and housing. I have to develop a new project here, and so everybody asks me, Edouard, you have to do beautiness in ugliness. And I say, this is not the way to do, because if I do, that is something that I know. I know how to do beautiness. If I do something that is very beauty here, outside it will become much more ugly. So we have to do something here, probably ugly, to make that beauty. And so this is the way to do. And I said, in this area, the vocabulary is too simple. You only have 3 words to express architecture. One word is city house, the other is block, and the other is housing. So this is the vocabulary of the area. And I said, we have to put all the vocabulary here and then make a mixture, and so all that will speak together. So this is the way the project is made. City house here, big blocks, and housing. You have city house here and big blocks, housing. And so now in this area, it becomes friendly, because normally this vocabulary are opposite. And so it's nice to have that. And the same here on the soil, so it makes a dialogue. And this is the perspective. So it's a huge operation. It's a huge operation with more than 140 flats. And I had problems with a fireman. And so I have this photos, you know, because one of my building burned, and I put water myself, and so there's a photo. And when I have a problem now with a fireman, I said, I'm a hero, look, I'm a fireman too, and now I have always authorization, so it's better. This is the concept of the project, very simple, a house, city house, a big block and pavilion, And this is a big, it's in a communist area, 8 May 1945, here Avenue 11 November, not this one, but another one. You have Yuri Gagarin Center here, and it's very curious. This is different views. You have a lot of entrance because you have little staircase in the gaps in between the pavilion. This is the main access to go on the top. Different views. And this is the model to finished. Different views. And this is not a joke, it's in building actually. We are at this level here. Actually, we're at this level. This level is quite easy. It will be very difficult to do because you have quite very few matter in between the two, because the roof is really returning at 3 meters inside, and normally it will look like it's just on it. So the details are extremely complex to give the sensation everything is floating. Different views. I finished.